What's up, guys? It's Bobby. Today we're going to be doing part 2 review of the Vaporshark Rdna 40. This one is going to be all about the temperature control settings, the limiting and sensing, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to show you how to build with nickel wire. If you want to watch all the other features, go to my part 1 video, and then you can learn all about that. Before we get to the build itself, I'm going to explain how it all works, or at least what you need to know about it. When you have it unlocked, you want to hold plus and minus at the same time. That'll activate your temperature sensing. And then you can go all the way from 200 degrees to 600 degrees. And then one past 600 is how you turn it off. To lock it into place, you simply hit your fire button and it goes right into place. Your watts still play a big factor in this. Now you set it to, say, 300 degrees. If you have it at 20 watts, it's going to take a while. If you have it at 40 watts, it's going to reach 300 degrees like fucking instantly. And then that'll be when it starts to cut off. And you'll notice when it cuts off, because it momentarily just drops all power. And then you get a slight cool sensation during it. But that's essentially all you need to know on that part of it. When you have juice on the coil, obviously it keeps the coil cooler for a longer period of time, so it's going to be a warmer vape because it's constantly trying to pump that exact temperature out. But we're going to dive down. We're going to dive on down. As Grim Green would say, some uppy closey time. But we're going to do a quick build of some nickel wire, and then then we're going to vape it. Yay, uppy closey time. Woohoo! Okay, first things first, today I'm going to be using 28 gauge pure nickel wire. If you're going to do any of the temperature stuff, you need to use nickel wire. If you try to use Kanthal wire in it, you're probably going to fuck something up, so don't do it. Same goes vice versa, don't use your nickel wire in your Kanthal wire. Nickel has practically no resistance. It's called non-resistance wire, even though there is a resistance. It's just such a low resistance that it's practically not even there. I'm going to take this fat-ass screwdriver. I don't know the diameters, but it's one of the basic generic sets. A pretty fucking fat one. And we're going to do 10 wraps. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, you're going to want to keep them a little bit spaced apart for this. Your spacing does not have to be exact on every single one of them, because I'll show you how to fix that in a minute. Okay, now with these 10 wraps, it's probably going to come out to around 0.1, 0.12 ohms, which is a pretty sweet spot for nickel. At least in my opinion, that's a good fucking spot. Okay, so you want them nice and close, but not touching. And then to fix all of your little gap issues, just push it against that sidewall, like Rip does in every one of his fucking videos. Hold it for a second, and release. And then if you have any spots that are fucked up, this is the time to fix them. But for the most part, it looks pretty fucking even. I can't get that. Let's block everything. See if it focuses. Focus. Focus. Maybe if I touch the screen. Focus. No. Well, there you sort of see it. But yeah, they're a little bit spaced apart. Very close, but not touching. If you have them touching, it's probably going to fuck up. This stuff is nothing like Kanthal when it comes to how to build a coil. Okay, so we've got a little space between everything. Now we're going to take our handy dandy RDA, put the wires through. If you have connection issues, some people have been saying to put it, wrap it around your screws, but I've found if you just tighten your fucking screw, I mean, you're going to be fine. Just put it nice and tight. Right to that point where you think you're going to break it, but then don't break it. If you do break the coil, you get to try again. Yay! Yay, round 2. Okay. That's looking pretty alright so far. Now again, if you have any issues, this is the time to fix them. Because the moment you take that screwdriver out, you're pretty much fucked. I got this little flathead, and I just put a little bitty gap in between each one. Make sure they're great. And then to really even them out, just gently brush that bitch. Just like happy, pretty little trees. Just cute little trees. It's a pretty tree, yeah. Alright, and when they look even and relatively close, you can take it out. And that, my friend, is a sexy little coil. That one's a good one. And of course, I've got like the worst fucking camera lighting and shit. It don't want to focus. Oh, there you can sort of see it. But they're pretty much perfect. Just make sure they're nice and even. We're going to clip these leads. Now to see if your fucking thing worked right or not. And we're good. Alright, you see how it lets off a little smoke? If it turns red, this is why I have it set to 320 degrees. If it turns red, you fucked up. But you can see that in no way is that turning red, and yet I am firing it. And it should be popping up, yep, temperature protection. So that's a good sign. That lets you know that it's doing its job. That is a very good sign. So lock air up. Now to the wicking part. I'm going to unroll this 1 second. Alright. After you have yourself a little cotton joint, take it to the coil. Now with this part, it's very tricky. I like to take my cotton and just fucking squish that shit down. Make it into a nice tight wrap. Because unlike Kanthal, this is very, very easy to fuck up wire. So you want to pull it through without tugging on that coil at all. And then you're good. If you have a big clot trying to pull it through, it's going to move the coil. You just fucked up that coil. You might as well start the fuck over. Clip your leads. This wicking method is strictly for my single coil on the hobo. Due to the hobo's lack of fucking juice sharing wells, I suppose you would say. You kind of have to wrap one end around the top if you want to run it in single anyway. Otherwise you got juice all up in that other side and it ain't going nowhere. And then it leaks all over like a fucking whore. Alright, nice and tucked in. And then we will do this again. Look, check this out, check this out. Fully dry, fire button, not burning. Look at how awesome that is. Yay! Technology! Alright, I'm going to wet it up and then we will vapor. Woohoo! Woohoo! Alright, I got her all juiced up, scooted back from the camera. And we're just going to vape this bitch till she's dry. I've got her set to 40 watts, 570 degrees. Now remember, this is a this is a single coil. I'm cutting off the airflow because I like more flavor as opposed to air. So there we go. Oh, I forgot to mention. Came out to 0.12 ohms. So I was right. Woohoo! Damn, this shit lasts forever. Now keep in mind, I haven't dripped since I wicked it. Like, this is all fresh wick dripped. I just now started to lose flavor, which lets you know that it's starting to dry, just a little bit. Well, okay, a lot of it. It's pretty fucking dry. The beauty of this build and the beauty of this technology is it utilizes every last drop that you put in there. There's no excess left anywhere, and you don't dry hit. Yeah, over time, as you start to lose your, as you run out of juice, the coil can no longer it can't, well, how do I word that? It's tricky to word. It makes sense in my mind, but fuck. It gets to the temperature right away because it doesn't have fluid to cool it down. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Yup, fuck it. But yeah, you'll never dry hit. As you can see, well, as you can sort of see, that is fucking bone dry. Bone dry. Yeah. But I will vape it for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to end this because it'll go forever. Yeah, I'm just going to call it quits. I can keep going, but I think you get the point. I believe that this technology is definitely moving in the right direction. Uphill, not downhill. You know, we're going the right way. It's not quite there yet. I'd like to see it utilized in something other than nickel. I don't know if prolonged nickel vaping is great for you. I know overexposure to nickel is bad, even though Canthol is partly made of nickel. But I digress. It is great. I recommend it. Buy one if you can. If you have any comments, leave them below. I will answer any questions as timely as possible and as detailed as possible. If you liked it, click the like button. I would appreciate that. And also subscribe if you feel like seeing more videos from me. Probably going to make them anyway because I like vaping and I like making vaping videos. But, irrelevant. I have an Instagram. I will put a link in the description of that. And, as always, vape on.